Welcome to Movie Feuds, an extremely biased show, written, directed, edited, acted, and marketed solely by me. The goal has always been the same, to make an honest show I can stand behind and hopefully get some entertainment for you. At the end of every episode, I let you vote on your winner and make your comments heard below. We cool with that? Since I can't see the reaction at all, I'm going to take that as a yes. That being said, I think the 2016 Ghostbusters remake is a bullshit excuse for a film that cashes in on name brand alone. Let's get started with the feud. The original Ghostbusters, directed by Ivan Reitman, came out in 1984 and featured a stunning cast at the top of their game. Bill Murray as Dr. Peter Venkman led the crew, bringing with him his charm and quick wit. His dry humor is in full effect here, delivering some of the biggest laughs of the picture. These jokes are all the better because of the ghost-busting partners. Doctors Raymond Stantz, played passionately by Dan Aykroyd, and Egon Spengler, played by Harold Ramis, prove that the brains and comedy can go hand in hand. Their love for invention and spore collecting is both charming and humorous. Rounding things out is Ernie Hudson as Everyman Winston Zeddemore. He's the relatable guy of the group, pointing out just how absurd situations can get. Then there's the supporting cast that's just as strong. Sigourney Weaver, Rick Moranis, and Annie Potts all contribute some great moments. Non-human elements are just as memorable though and would continue to lead their mark 30-some years later. The Ecto-1, the Proton Packs, Slimer, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, Crossing the Streams, and One Big Twinkie still get referenced today. Now we jump to the dickless cast of 2016. It's true. These women have no dicks. Bridesmaids director Paul Feig has stepped in to craft his own version of the world, and he decided to flip the script and make the Ghostbusters all female. Does he think that that will bring out a funnier, more interesting film? He must have. Otherwise, what other purpose could there possibly be for remaking such a classic? Come on, let's find out together. Oh, I'm not actually going anywhere. Remember all those memorable, iconic things I mentioned a bit ago? Nothing new like that exists here. They do constantly note that Melissa McCarthy is getting a raw deal on our Chinese takeout, though. It's not funny, but the movie wants to constantly remind us that it should be. Kristen Wiig takes on the responsibility as the leader of the group, Erin Gilbert. Kinda. I guess her and Melissa McCarthy tag team the role. Kate McKinnon plays Jillian Hutzman. I've seen Warner Brothers cartoon characters with more subtlety than her. She's a caricature. Nothing she does is remotely believable. Instead of naturally fitting into the moments, she instead opts for silly faces, dumb poses, and constant voice changes. I don't know what she is. Leslie Jones, however, I know exactly what she is, a stereotypical loudmouth black woman I've seen a million times. I thought this movie was supposed to be progressive. Why is it the opposite of that? All the supporting actors are idiots, and mostly men. Chris Hemsworth makes Tommy Boy look like a Harvard professor. The villain of the picture is beyond logic, a guy who can open ghost gates based entirely off a book of theories. I've watched my fair share of how-to videos on YouTube, and I can assure you I'm not near as good as the people that are putting those videos on. Half the time I fail altogether. So it's very hard for me to believe that some guy off the streets can read a book written that's all willy-nilly with ideas and thoughts, doesn't have a lick of sense. He can make the science out of it, build contraptions that raise ghosts from the dead, and he becomes one himself that's all-powerful. That's a tough pill to swallow. Certainly not near as interesting either as Zool and Gozer were. We can talk more about them though in round 2 coming up now. Let's head over. Oh, once again, I don't need to leave. Ghostbusters is the story of 3 scientists banding together to fight the supernatural elements of the world. They walk around the city busting ghosts, and eventually a 4th one joins the cause. That's where the similarities end for both of these movies. Sure, the new movie has Slimer and a female Slimer because fuck you, and there's a Stay Puft Marshmallow float just to drive home the fact that this new movie really is thinking outside the box. These cosmetic things don't mean shit though when you look at the approach. The original's pace was fantastic, giving us insight into our leads, building relationships, learning about the enemy, and finally overcoming the odds stacked against them. The original didn't need to bother trying to appeal to a mass audience. It instead was in it to be different and awesome. There was no underlining gender war nonsense. There was no need to pander to an audience by shoehorning in cameos. It was just a well-executed film from top to bottom. I love the mythos of the original. You have Gozer, a demonic creature from another dimension who can't be released until the gatekeeper and keymaster come together in beautiful coitus. Then you have the dead raising from the ground, causing panic, causing chaos, mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together in harmony. Gozer takes on the form of the Destroyer based on the fears of the Chooser, in this case, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. These things are explained and have purpose. The new movie says screw it. We will do that too with no logic behind it. The villain can just do shit because. There's always this messed up logic in Hollywood that when a remake or reboot comes along, bigger equals better. And that's almost never the case. Just ask my wife. Oh, come on, Tristan, that was funny. You know what? Show yourself out, you're fired. If you're not gonna laugh with me, you're clearly sexist. The '84 film still looks and sounds great. Yes, it's not near as pretty and sparkly as the 2016 cash grab, but you can't expect it to. The dark and grittiness of the '80s flick works in its favor, though. Everything is grounded except for our quirky leads, which makes it relatable. There are a lot of practical effects at play, which also bring you further into the film. As with most cases nowadays, CGI gets way overblown to the point where only the 4 actors are real in the new flick, especially in that circle jerk third act. The Ray Parker Jr. classic Ghostbusters song is present in both old and new flicks. The new one also getting a remix that's not entirely awful as well. That's high praise for me. I could have done without the Fall Out Boy inclusion, although the Theodore Shapiro music throughout is well done. So 2016 Ghostbusters just got 2 kind of compliments from me. Let's move on. Let's call it a day. I think it's pretty safe to say I like the original a tad better than the new one. It's a Class 7 movie, while this new version is a Class 1 at best, barely registering on the PKE meter, relying on nostalgia to carry its own existence into our spectral plane. These are my thoughts on the pictures, and now as previously teased, it's your turn. Let me know what you think of these movies, and make sure to comment below, like the video if you liked the video, and subscribe to Feud Nation for more movie feuds, Adam rants, and so much more on a weekly basis. Speaking of more, it's tagline time, and this is more than just reviews. This is movie feuds. Oh, hell no! You're not drinking my Ecto-1 cooler. I don't know if it's a white thing or a man thing, but I'm mad as hell.